These are direct quotes Lindsey Hill made under penalty of perjury. Trevor then punched me hard with a closed fist to the left side of my jaw, the left side of my head, and both cheekbones. It was extremely startling and painful. I was absolutely frozen and terrified. I had a terrible pain behind both of my ears. I tasted blood in my mouth and felt that my lip was split open. I was extremely anxious and terrified the remainder of the night. I had over 10 dark red and scabbed scratches from fingernails on the right side of my face that covered my entire cheek and chin. I was in significant pain. I was focused on leaving. I just wanted to get out of his house. I got out of the bed at 8:30 a.m. when he was still sleeping. This video was taken later that same morning, after she claimed this all occurred. During the restraining order proceeding, Lindsey Hill was ordered to turn over all pictures and videos relevant to Mr. Bauer. This video was not disclosed.
I know many of you don't want to read everything that I just tweeted, so I'm going to read it for you so you can just listen to it and make it easier. I'm addressing the story in the Washington Post. First, they opted not to include the full statements provided by my representatives. I wonder why. Here's the one they redacted. Statement from Mr. Bauer's representatives. Mr. Bauer unequivocally denies the false and defamatory allegations made in the Washington Post. Throughout our interactions, Gus Garcia Roberts has continued to ignore and failed to thoroughly investigate any information contrary to his intended narrative. As it relates to the Columbus woman, we had a casual and wholly consensual sexual relationship from 2013 to 2018 that began during my time with AAA Columbus Clippers. We primarily saw each other in 2013 to 2014, and we met maybe 1 to 2 times a year after that until 2018. We met for sex the majority of times we saw each other, primarily in 2013, early 2014, and last in 2018. None of our meetings ever involved a single non-consensual, let alone illegal act. In fact, she is the one who introduced me to choking, both in our relationship and as a consensual act during sex. The incidents she detailed to the Washington Post, and specifically the one that involved non-consensual choking, in which she claims to have convulsed and woken up on a hotel floor, absolutely never occurred in any capacity. Additionally, at no point during sex or otherwise did I ever hit her. Since 2019 alone, this woman has sent me 139 sexually explicit photos and videos in which she is self-performing various acts and self-penetrating with various objects, often saying things like, quote, "Wish this was you." Across hundreds of messages during this period, she also requested on numerous occasions the various acts which she now claims for the first time were problematic. For example, writing, quote, "Just fuck my ass and choke me, that's all I want," end quote, and, quote, "Will you fuck me with anal beads in? It would be fun to try, and I want you to film it," end quote. Given the explicit contents of these messages, I do not plan to share them in their entirety. Despite claiming to the Washington Post that she did not reach out to me after a, quote, "fight," in 2019, which involved her wanting to visit me for sex and me asking if she planned to stay the night or not because I wasn't sure if she had work the next day, and she took offense, this woman has continued to contact me through 2021 to share additional unsolicited sexually explicit videos, to make small talk, wish me happy birthday multiple times, and even to ask a personal favor. I had not responded to a single message since the non-existent, quote, "fight." Following these messages with no response, the woman hired a lawyer who attempted to solicit a financial settlement on October 19th, 2021 in exchange for resolving her, quote, "issue," and not to speak with MLB. I refused to be extorted and declined. Upon Gus Garcia Roberts reaching out with the usual fire drill deadline, my representatives made him, his editor, and Washington Post legal counsel aware of a wealth of information contrary to what was alleged, and again questioned his motivations and the pattern of unethical conduct he has exhibited since July. After spending 10 months looking into my sex life, he spent at most 3.5 days looking into any contrary information that didn't align with the narrative he already decided on. Since July, Gus has referred to me as the Harvey Weinstein of baseball, that's a quote, among other similar references. He has continued to pursue anything, regardless of evidence, corroboration, contrary information, or motives, that he can force into supporting his concept while ignoring everything that contradicts that notion. Here are the messages from the non-existent fight and thereafter, which have been redacted to hide sexually explicit content and identifying information.